Courtney. I'm going to be doing videos about endo awareness, just to spread awareness, especially now March being Endo Awareness Month. First of all, I'd say excuse the state because I'm currently in my snuddy, hair's a mess, but I am a week today in recovery from my laparoscopy, which I'll get into more details about that later. And I also don't have my tripod or anything, that, not that I'm professional anyways, but like it's doing tensions is, you know, not the best, but we'll have to make do for today. I have already made a video on here about endo before, but I was going to delete it because a lot has changed, not just in my journey but also in like research for endo and everything like that. But it was good to look back on to see how much has changed, so I'm not going to delete it. My story is still the same, but endo wise just ignore like any definitions or anything like that because it's not very great. I would like to say anything I do put in my videos, I have like taken time to research and check that is correct for like the time. Obviously things are changing a lot because we are getting more research into it now, which is amazing finally, but still not that great that it's taken this long, but I'll get onto that another time. I'm not gonna rant now. Just to catch you up like from my last video, I did have my laparoscopy after it. Well, I say after it, it was like the 5th of Feb 2018 I had it, and at the time I was really happy with the outcome because, well, I was woken up and I was told, oh, you just got IBS, you had a spongy bowel, whatever the hell that means. And I thought, great, right, diet, sort that out. As soon as I get my symptoms under control, I was told I'd be okay. I thought, oh, do you know what, amazing, like I can deal with that. I'll do all the diets wherever I need to do and move on from it. But obviously things, you're watching this video, the things did get worse. He did tell me in the surgery as well that I have polycystic ovaries, which I think we found that out before because I had an ultrasound and I have all the symptoms of it anyway. But yeah, but he still said that shouldn't be causing you all this pain. So I was like, right, okay, well, just try, you know, do the diet and whatever. I was told not to worry about the PCOS until I wanted to conceive, which obviously I was like 18 at the time, so still isn't really something I need to think of. So I was just told until I need to conceive, don't worry about the PCOS kind of thing, and you just got IBS, sort it out, you'll be fine. But yeah, I wish if only that was the happy ending. The pain continued and only got worse from what feels like every single day, and it was just like, oh, a million times worse. Like when I looked back at my first video, I thought, oh, little did that girl know what was going to come to her. I tried, honestly, it feels like everything to control the pain. I was on, oh God, I did acupuncture, pelvic floor physio. I did, God knows how many medications. I could not even list them, honestly. I was a guinea pig at one point. It just feels like they just chuck tablets at you, like, oh, there you go, they'll fix you. It doesn't. Yeah, I had TENS machines, heat pads, hot water balls. That's what I was told. Oh, have you tried a TENS machine? Like, oh, I wish that would fix all my issues. I've actually got burns from heat pads and hot water balls because it got to a point like you've got to have them so hot to be able to actually do anything. And then obviously it's not doing anything, it's just burning. So yeah, I was told to do mindfulness. That was when I got quite a lot. Oh, you're too stressed, you need to do mindfulness. Yeah, I was stressed, but the reason I was stressed was because no one was listening to me, funnily enough. Don't get me wrong, to a degree it does help because stress does make the pain worse, like I will admit that. So yeah, I did try to do as much mindfulness as I could, and yoga, stretching, like that did help. But sometimes it just made it worse. So if I knew I had something I had to do the next day, I would make sure I had a rest day in between like doing stuff. And obviously you can't really live your life like that. I did FODMAP diet, endo diet, all the different diets. I had colonoscopies. I was back and forth to gastroenterologists. I was like, hun, this isn't it. It just wasn't working for me. Eventually I was told I had functional bowel disease, which I think is just like basically IBS. I don't know, that's basically what he said. But he said he couldn't say it was just IBS, like it could be caused by the endo, or they have very similar symptoms, endo and IBS. So I think that's why I kept getting fobbed off with that. I think they just try to tell you you've got everything else apart from endo until they get to the point they're like, oh yeah, sorry, you've got endo. Like it did feel like it got to that. But I was told that IBS shouldn't be giving me all this pain. So eventually, after going back and forth, he sent me back to my gynecologist, which is like an endo specialist. And I had another ultrasound and an internal ultrasound. I've had a couple of them, not fun. And an MRI, but none of that showed anything. Shock, which every time, it's really hard because every time I was like, oh, maybe this will be the time, something finally will come up, I'll be able to see it. No, it just doesn't happen. And it's not the case all the time. Like, I was talking to one of my friends who's also got endo, and if it's deep enough, it will come up in the scans. But if, like, mine is called minimal endo, oh, spoilers, I just told you I've got endo, it's just sort of on top. Whereas if it's deep infiltrating, it will come up on the scan because it's like deep in your organs. Little one wanted to join. So yeah, after seeing the gastroenterologist, he sent me back to my consultant and was like, look, there is some sort of functional bowel disease there, but it's not a case of that is the be all end all, like she shouldn't be in that much pain. So the first time I saw my gynae, he didn't want to do the op because he thinks because of my age, it can take a while to sort of develop enough to be seen, because obviously my first op didn't show any endo. He thought, oh, like as the years progress, hopefully so will the endo, to a point where he can see it. So that's why I think he was trying to put it off. But it got to a point I had to stop my PGCE to be a primary school teacher. 10 weeks away from finishing, I've had to stop. But I am going back. As soon as I'm better, I'm going back. So yeah, he was like, you've tried enough things, you know, nothing's getting better, so we're just gonna mood. That is a big mood. He said, right, I think the only option now is just go for your lap. So he said like all my symptoms were pointing to endo. It was just a case of trying to find it now. See if I can put the post up here. Maybe I'm gonna try. I don't know. There's a post on Instagram, a lady called Living with Endo _ or Endometriosis _ and that shows how difficult endo can be to diagnose in laparoscopy, because it can be different colors, which I didn't even know. It can literally hide in the tiniest spaces. Like, you can have the tiniest amount and be in absolute agony, or you can be absolutely covered and not even know you've got it until you try to have a baby and you can't. So I think maybe my first lap was just a case of it was hiding under somewhere where we couldn't see it in the lap, and that's why it wasn't diagnosed at the time. And now obviously it's progressed so much since then that we've gotten to this point. So the pain has become so bad, and I literally can walk at one point. Not that I can't much now, but that's surgery. I had to use a walking stick, wheelchair, just to get out. And I obviously, like I said, I had to stop my placement as well, which really did affect my mental health, I gotta be honest. And I wasn't able to go out, so it was just making everything worse. I tried all the painkillers. I was just constantly drugged up, cancelling all my plans, hardly left the house. But yeah, I did have to, obviously, I had 10 weeks left of my placement and I had to stop it. But I can't pick it up. Teddy's OnlyFans will be linked in the bio. No, I'm actually joking. I'm so sorry you had to see that. Clearly likes the camera, don't you, Ted? So I can't remember where I got off to. Yeah, so I did have to give up on my dream for a bit, but not for long. Hopefully, I'll keep telling myself, hopefully I'll get better now, and I will be going back to finish my school. But yeah, so that was in March 2021. I had to stop. And then my first laparoscopy was eventually scheduled now for the 15th of Feb of this year. So that's literally a week ago today as I'm filming this. Obviously, I'm going to put it out for Endo Awareness Month. But yeah, the 15th of March, I had my laparoscopy. And when I was like, oh, finally. And then when I woke up, I was so embarrassing. It is cringy, but I was like, Endo, when I woke up. And the nurse was like, yeah, love, we got it. Like, it's all out. And I was like, oh, thank God. I must have dozed back off. And I think this happened about 4 times. Sorry to the nurses that were looking after me. But, not that they'll see this, but yeah. I think it was just one of those things. I was like, I must be dreaming. I'm gonna have to ask again. It got to the point she had to show me the pictures to be like, no, love, like, you stop. But yeah, I was told I had endo under both sides of my ovaries. 2 parts of my bowel were attached with adhesions to the wall of my abdomen, I think, or my body somewhere. I had it on my bowel wall, which was able to be shaved off. My appendix had multiple adhesions coming off, as well as it being stuck together, and he also had to mobilise my ureter that was attached to my bowel, attached to my bladder, sorry. So I went into surgery just thinking, oh, please be found, and only really expecting it to be on my bowel, and then to wake up and be told, oh, you've had a year there and bloody everywhere. I gotta be honest, it was a shock. In the beginning, I was just so happy. I was like, I was ringing my family as soon as I went back to my room. I'm not crazy. Like, it sounds ridiculous to sound happy about a diagnosis like this. But when, like, 6 years this year, I've been fighting for this diagnosis, like, it's a long time. So it was happy. Like, I really was happy, which sounds really sad. But now I think, now a week after, I am still in quite a bit of pain from recovering from my surgery, which I know is not going to happen overnight. But I think it really does knock you for six. Like, you just think, oh my God, like, that was in a lot more places than I imagined. I've been told it's all been removed now. So it's just a matter of time before that sounds a bit Debbie Downer, but it's one of those things. It is a bit of a matter of time before it comes back. But I've been told I should have a significant amount of time now before it does come back. So it's one of those ones. I don't really know when it's going to come back. It's different for everyone. I don't know how much relief I'm going to get from this surgery now. Yeah, like, I'm trying to remind myself, like it don't seem like a big surgery, and people probably think, oh, you've only had keyhole, love, you're fine. But you can see in, like, my pictures, which I don't know if I can share on the internet. Like, I probably won't share them just in case, because they are a bit grim. But you can see in one of the pictures, like, my ovaries are literally in a pair of tweezers. So, you know, I should expect some pain, I feel like. So I do feel like my body is like a smoothie. And I keep saying that to my family, like, my body is a smoothie at the minute. And everything's just settling back down. But that's where I currently am. Don't really want to say, yeah, I'm going to feel better, because I don't know. Like, I'm only a week in. I am going to be doing more videos about just, like, what endo is. Teddy watched the flowers. Yeah, and just going through different things that I would have liked through my journey, just to try and raise some more awareness, especially now it's Endo month in March, which hopefully will be when this video is up. But I think I might carry it on even throughout more than March, just to, if it helps anyone, you know, keep on going. That's what my plan is. Filming, this little one just wants to join in constantly. Ted, what are you doing? That's my script. He's just obsessed with the window. So I'd really appreciate if you'd follow along with me on this fun little journey. Like my videos or whatever the cool YouTubers say, because that's not me. I am going to put in the description link box all the endo pages I follow on Instagram and Facebook, just because they have got really helpful things, and it did really help me in the long run. And it still helps me now, because I'm no means an expert, but everything I put in my videos, I'm going to make sure they are correct for the time and everything. Ted, are you going to say bye? Bye-bye. Thank you.